My name is Justin Pritchett. I'm leader and co-founder of GCOM Investigations. We are honored to be the ones to claim the fact that we are the first and only paranormal investigation team to have ever investigated this historic location. The Rowan Oak, home of William Faulkner.
The young man, the young woman writing today has forgotten the problems of the human heart in conflict with itself, which alone can make good writing, because only that is worth writing about, worth the agony and the sweat. He must learn them again. He must teach himself that the basis of all things is to be afraid, and teaching himself that, forget forever, leaving no room in his workshop for anything but the old verities and truths of the heart, the old universal truths lacking which any story is ephemeral and doomed, love and honor and pity and pride and compassion and sacrifice.
William Faulkner is one of the greatest writers the world has ever known. Born September 25th, 1897 and raised in Oxford, Mississippi, William Faulkner would go on to achieve greatness. With no education to his name, Faulkner wrote his first novel in 1925 called Soldier's Pay when he was only 28 years old. Faulkner went on to write numerous novels, the most famous being The Sound and the Fury, As I Lay Dying, Light in August, Absalom, Absalom, and A Rose for Emily. In 1930, William Faulkner bought the home known as the Rowan Oak, but the history of this home dates back much further than that of William Faulkner's time. This Greek Revival home was built in 1848 by Robert Shegog, a Confederate colonel. Very little is truly known about Shegog, except that he settled in Oxford when it was a tiny frontier settlement. The original name of the home given to it by the colonel was the Bailey Place, since the home resided next to what is known as the Bailey Woods. With so much history that is known about the Rowan Oak, it begs the question, what history is unknown? And then I began to wonder, what kind of unknown history would there be? Good or bad? So in February of 2012, the GCOM team took a road trip to Oxford, Mississippi in pursuit of answers to these questions. And who better to answer these questions than the people who actually lived there? The investigation began with myself, former member Daphne Sutton, and Josh Divablis with Jacob Hedgepeth on camera in William Faulkner's bedroom, while Team 2, consisting of Caleb Watts, Matt Keene, and former member Valkyrie Morgan, investigated the servants' quarters. Using the common flashlight technique, we were able to start getting some intelligent contact right away. If there's anyone in here with us, could you please make your presence known? We've made it to where this flashlights can be turned on very easily. All you have to do is just touch one. There you go. Thank you. Could you cut that light off, please? Outside.
Thank you.
Yeah. Josh Divablis is using what is called an ovulus. It is an electronic device that detects energy and forms words based on the energy it reads. At this point, Team 2 is outside when this device starts producing words that are extremely relevant to what's going on around us. I just got chills, guys. Ain't y'all get chills?
I'm warm.
Burning up.
Something like climate.
Oh my.
Yes, this thing is like on tag.
Okay, very good.
Oh,
We need you to cut it off so that we can ask you questions.
thank you.
1.3.8. What you are hearing me call out is the reading on our millimeter. A millimeter is a device that measures the intensity of electromagnetic fields that spirits or entities are said to be made of. Our millimeter is detecting an electrical reading right now.
Whoa, it just shot up to 14.
EVP session.
Yeah, get that.
Again. Alright, now, we're going to ask you some questions. And pick a light. Whenever we ask you a question,
Family.
the light went off at the
Thank
same
you.
time. If you are a family member of the Faulkner family, can you cut that light off? Because the ovulus device said family, we start asking specific questions relevant to the families known to live here at the Rowan Oak. If you are not a member of the Faulkner family, oh, here you go. Okay. Now you can cut that back off so we can ask you another question. You're not getting anything over there anymore, are you, John?
It's going up and numbers.
Yeah, I'm getting, as a matter of fact, I'm getting chills right now. I'm getting cold. It's hot.
Could you give me a specific name, please? You can use this device.
Cut that line right, thank you. Okay. You're not a member of the Faulkner family. Were you a servant? If so, cut the light off.
Are you Caroline?
There's a what?
Are you Caroline?
Repeat that, please.
Thank you.
Oh, wow.
It's Caroline.
Using the flashlight, we were able to determine who exactly we were in communication with. Caroline, or better known as Mammy Callie, was William Faulkner's servant who resided on the property in the house behind the Rowan Oak, where Team 2 was currently investigating. Okay, so you're not a member of the Faulkner family, you're Caroline. Are there people in the house that you used to live in right now?
Thank you, Caroline.
Wow. When you consider the flashlight combined with the ovulus, it is hard to determine this to be anything but solid evidence that Mammy Callie is still with us. So did you serve the Faulkner family for a long time?
Thank you,
Oh
Caroline.
my God!
Funny thing is, the dot that comes up that shows where the energy's coming from is by that light.
Is it?
It pops up every time right there.
I don't feel
Every time
anything
that light
off.
cuts on.
I don't feel anything off. I feel fine.
Yeah, it's nothing bad.
I need you.
Nothing off.
That thing just say out.
Caroline.
That thing just gets smart with us.
It just said out. I said, is there more comfortable with less people in here? And it said out. O-U-T, out.
And that came from the
And
flashlight.
came on.
And the flashlight came on.
When we have two different methods of investigating working for us at the exact same time, it is hard for us to disprove. Josh asked the question, would you be more comfortable with less people in here? And the ovulus said, get out, giving us an intelligent answer. At this exact same time, the flashlight came on its own. If you don't want me to sit on this bed, make that thing beep. You better tell me. I'm gonna sit on it. I'm sitting on it. Alright, I'll get up. Thank you. Here, we turned on the vibration detection on the mel meter that can be manipulated by an EMF field. The spirit was clearly able to respond to me. After gathering the evidence of Mammy Callie and the accuracy of the questions that we asked, I decided to send cameraman Jacob down to see what Team 2 had going on. Turned out, they were having just as much luck as we were. Team 2, consisting of Caleb Watts, Matt Keene, and Valkyrie Morgan, are investigating the bench, where the famous picture was taken. Caleb Watts, using his digital voice recorder, the flashlight, and the mel meter, start getting responses immediately.
Temperature dropping at a fast pace. Is that a response?
This is just another example of what we mean by getting two forms of evidence. Caleb gets a temperature drop, and the flashlight comes on, showing that we may be in the presence of a spirit.
It's got a 1.7 spike and it's not the recorder or the light.
Caleb now starts getting EMF spikes, which adds another piece of evidence to what we already have so far.
Down to 45 degrees and dropping.
There's something glowing around you in this picture.
44 degrees and dropping. Keep doing that. 44.6, 44.4, 43.9, back up to 44.
The light.
While Caleb is steadily getting temperature drops on his mel meter, Valkyrie Morgan is taking pictures. Caleb seems to have this cold mist hovering around his back, which could explain the temperature drops. A second picture was taken a couple of minutes later. This mist, still hovering around Caleb, seems to have moved upward. And at this exact same time, the temperature starts to go back up on Caleb's mel meter, showing that he could very well be in the presence of some sort of spirit trying to communicate with him.
Holy crap. Caleb,
What?
come here.
Hold up. That's responding to me, son. 40.
Yeah, it is.
43.8. I got another spike. Now the temperature's going back up. Can you turn that light back on?
He is glowing. Look, this is Sam. He's not really glowing there.
Can you turn it off, please? Can you turn it off? Temperature dropping.
At the age of 10, the light didn't turn on. So you're under the age of 20 and the light turned on.
Yeah, that girl in that picture looked like she had. Is that y'all?
Map coming through the Oaks.
The radio interference that made Caleb wet his pants is something that we experienced all night long. Whether this is something paranormal, we can't say, but it was unusual.
Would you like him to back away?
My bad.
Alright.
My bad.
After Team 2 finished their investigation outside, Team 1 decided to go to the library, consisting of myself, Josh Divalbliss, and Daphne Sutton. We tried to continue our interaction with the spirits inside the home. If there's anything you have to say, starting EVP session, we're going to set the digital voice recorder down right here, so if you have anything to say, please. It's okay, feel free to say it. This female voice, none of us heard with our own ears. This is interesting to us because we just had a flashlight conversation with Caroline. Could this have been her trying to again make contact? Here it is again in slow motion. Shortly after this voice, we catch this odd light anomaly. As you can see, this light only appears on one side of the rack. If it was caused by us, the light source would have been seen. Also, there is no way for this light to have come through from outside the home since the rack is covered. Could this have been caused by the female spirit that we just heard? Daphne Sutton, Jacob Hedgepeth, and Matt Bickham are investigating the servants' quarters. This is where the night starts to get very interesting for us. Some spirits that we did not expect to run into started showing themselves.
Is there anyone here?
Thank you. Can you turn it off?
Wow, I got cold.
It's been cold, boy.
I just got cold.
I mean, it did drop from 54 to 51.
Thank you. It's neither.
No, it's just my lower back.
What, it's cold?
Yeah, that's it.
Are you touching Jacob? Turn the light on if so. Thank you. There's your answer, Jacob.
What's compelling about these chains of events is the fact that Jacob feels a cold spot on his back, which means that a spirit or entity may have touched him. But that question is answered when the spirit admits to touching Jacob using the flashlight.
If you are the good colonel, I'd be mighty gracious if you turn the light on for me.
Are you the colonel? She goes. If he is really Shegog and he is really that old, then yeah. That's the accent he understands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got it.
If you are Colonel, would you turn that light on so I know for sure that it is you, sir? Turn it all the way on, sir. I'd be much obliged.
Holy
Robert Shegog was the Confederate soldier who built the Rowan Oak back in 1848. During this interaction with Shegog, Valkyrie Morgan was outside taking photos when she captured this picture. See what we see? Here it is again, but zoomed in this time. To us, this looks like a man riding a horse. While riding a horse, William Faulkner fell off and suffered serious injuries that eventually led to his death in 1962. Could this be William Faulkner still riding his horse, even after death?
I'd be much obliged if you could do it.
Thank you.
Is there more than one of you here with us? I would like to know that. Turn the light on if there is more than one. You would honor me greatly if one of you could turn the light on to affirm what I said. If there is only one of you here, go ahead and turn the light back on.
Thank you.
That makes me happy.
Thank you so much, Colonel.
Turn the light back on. Off, Colonel. Off. Thank you. Thank you, Kat.
Oh, I'm loving this.
Absolutely.
This is great.
Absolutely. I have no idea what Colonel Shegog did, though. I don't know why he's a colonel.
We're gonna have to go ask.
Yeah.
Let me go back.
I know he's a colonel. That's what I've
I
got.
didn't even know he was a colonel. Thank you. Yes, we know. We're
So we're
talking.
aware of your military rank. And please turn the light back off for me. I surely appreciate it.
Thank you.
Do you have a question for me, Colonel? Turn the light on if you do.
We're listening. We have how many voice recorders? I got one.
Just the one, I believe. Two?
Just one?
We have
You
two?
got one?
There's
No,
one
I
chair.
got one
That's
on the
one.
chair.
Jacob's is on the chair. Mine is around my neck.
You can either speak to us audibly, where we can hear you, or you can talk.
Unfortunately, we were unable to capture any EVPs in this room.
We've got that.
Turn the light back off for me, sir. I appreciate it very much. Turn the light on if you've talked into one of these little red lights, so that we will know. If you're refusing to talk in the little red lights, turn the light on.
So that means he wants to talk to us audibly, but we're listening.
I heard a yes when you asked.
Me too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, when you asked for, are you refusing? I heard a yes.
See, I've been seeing something, and I refuse to look back there anymore. Because
Sir,
it's darker.
are you
right
going
there.
back into the back room, back behind this fine man with the light in his face? Turn the light on if that is true.
I think he's actually standing back there.
Colonel, if you would, walk over here to what's in my hand and give me something on this little detector here.
When you said walk over here, they just said, whoop, flash a light.
Thank you. But that
The flash of light that Jacob is referring to happens on more than one occasion.
it will light up.
Yes, it will. Like the light that you're playing with, sir.
Turn the flashlight off, please, Colonel. Colonel Shegog, please.
Colonel, I'd be much obliged if you could turn that light off. It's quite bright. I'd like it to be darker in here. Appreciate it, sir. Come over to me, sir. I'd like to shake your hand.
What's interesting about this is that it only occurred when Matt asked the Colonel to come over to him. Also, Daphne claimed to be seeing a shadow moving in the back room, which makes this piece of evidence even more compelling.
If it does please you, I am a soldier in the good nation's army.
Bright, too.
Got that light on if you will follow me back into the main house, sir.
Very good.
I'm much obliged, sir. Much obliged greatly.
We can sit in the parlor, and you can play the piano.
Do you know how to play the piano, sir? Would you happen to know somebody you could bring with you, sir, that could play it for us while we talk? I do appreciate it, sir. Greatly, greatly. If you would mind bringing that person, say, with you, so we could chat and listen to the good music. Would you wish for us to go back into the main house where it's a lot warmer?
He said we keep asking him, where you going?
Yeah.
All right, we're going. Please follow us.
Come on with us, sir. We're going
We'll
to
play
the main
piano.
parlor.
And with that, this conversation continued in the parlor of the Rowan Oak.
Said so. Oh, and he was a colonel.
Good. We've still been talking to him in here.
I'd be much obliged for you to turn that light back off, sir.
The Colonel, you cannot go outside with them. You need to stay with us. What about whiskey?
Sir, would you like some whiskey, sir?
Go for him, some Jacob, you offer him.
After confirming that the Colonel did follow them back into the home, Jacob asked him if he would like some whiskey. Immediately after, you see a concentrated ball of light head towards Matt and the flashlight came on.
Sir, would you like some whiskey, sir?
Go for him, some Jacob.
Here it is again in slow motion.
You can smell that stuff no more.
That's nasty.
That was wonderful.
Sir, please cut that light off on me.
It's not a woman's drink.
I do appreciate it, sir.
Can I get a massage?
Mama Callie might come massage you.
Mama Callie and Matt there, come in here and please massage this poor man. He's been riding on that bareback horse all day and his back is just all kind of jarred. We need you to get every living crick out the back of his little spine, please. Come on now, ma'am.
That was you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was me. I was gonna make sure it wasn't me. Turn that light on.
No, I meant like when you bumped it.
Yeah.
That's with the light.
Yeah, that's what I'm making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you turn that light off that he rudely turned on? Thank you.
Do you allow loose women into your house?
He does! Oh my goodness. Okay, we'll go back to the question. Do you like loose women? Good.
See, maybe it's not that he likes loose women, but he allows them into his house.
Okay. Do you allow them into your house?
Yes.
Okay.
Grateful for you, Colonel.
At this moment, all three investigators hear a tapping that's going on behind the camera.
For you, Colonel.
I was over here by your chair, by your camera.
Sir, you over there playing with that camera? That bright light?
I mean, it could have been the cabinet. But I mean, it was in that
Right.
area.
Oh, well, I said he's over there playing with the camera.
Yeah, and it came on.
As you can see, when the Colonel was asked if he was making that noise behind the camera, he responded. The Rowan Oak is to date the most incredible location we have ever had the pleasure of investigating. Although we never caught any audio or video of William Faulkner, questions still remain. Is Mammy Callie staying behind to continue her everyday chores? And who is the mysterious horseman? Hopefully, one day we will be back to answer these questions. Until then.